There was the Wyze Cam, the Wyze Cam Pan, the Wyze Sense, most recently the Wyze Bulb, and has Wyze done it again with the WyzePlug? Find out right after this. Welcome back, my name is Eric and you're watching Modern Day Tech, where tech is more than just cool, it is technically awesome. Become technically awesome yourself by hitting the notification bell. Wyze has released their third product this year, the WyzePlugs, and just like all their other products, it is dirt cheap. At $15 plus shipping, which is about $5, so about $20, you get 2 plugs for $10 each. For full disclosure, Wyze did send these out to me for a full review. I will be leaving affiliate links down below once it's available on Amazon, so definitely check that out. With WyzePlugs, one thing that you always know is that you're getting decent quality, not the best quality, but decent quality. Everything that they're building here is affordable and it all works together and it's really nice. Not only that, but Wyze has some amazing support. And it's such a small company, they've done some really amazing things and really stirring up a storm. And the design of the WyzePlug is nothing to write home about. It's just a rectangle, just like most other smart plugs out there on the market. The nice thing is they didn't try to change too much. What's working in the past year or two are the rectangles, so you can fit 2 of these in the standard American outlet. And then on the side you have the on-off button. It's 120 volts, 15 amps. You just want to make sure you don't plug in, say, like a microwave or refrigerator, a hair dryer, curling iron. You don't want to plug those things into a smart outlet. You will need a phone to set this up. It works on Android or iOS devices, and it also works with and Google Home. Now, did I just set off? I think I... Now, one thing I would like to see is Wyze start working with Homekit. I know it's a push, being affordable tech, and Apple is not affordable. But I do hope that Wyze will integrate with Homekit in the very near future. I personally like plugs or smart home accessories that work with all 3 major assistants. It's just allows you a little bit more freedom to move around as you find products that you want. If you get locked down to one assistant or one product, you can't move around as easy. Let's go ahead and plug this bad boy in, jump into the Wyze app, connect it to and Google Home, and play with it and see what I think at the end of the day. Let's do it. If you're in the app, go ahead and hit the 3 little dots in the top right corner, hit add a product, hit which product, in this case it's the WyzePlug, and then it walks you right through the setup. It's really easy. You do want to make sure that you are on a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. If you are on a 5 gigahertz, unfortunately these plugs will not work, just like most other Wyze products do not work on 5 gigahertz. Go ahead and plug it in and hit next. Ask you to connect to your Wi-Fi, put in your Wi-Fi information, and then you will have to go into your phone's Wi-Fi settings and switch to the Wi-Fi of the plug itself. Hit that, it will reconnect to the plug directly. You go back into the Wyze app, give it a minute or so to connect, and just like that, you are done. You can go ahead and name the device of whatever light or plug this is going to be for you. Hit done, hit finish, and you're ready to rock and roll. If you hit the on button, you'll see the light turn on, and it works perfectly. Very, very cool. You will have to upgrade the firmware, so go ahead and do that. Now this surge protector, I think I got from IKEA. And you can see here, one issue with some surge protectors is you're not going to be able to fit a second plug. With the standard American outlet, you won't have trouble fitting both of these, but with some surge protectors and maybe some other things in your house, you might have some clearance issues. Plug this bad boy in. Whoa! It's working. My blue is gone. All right, let's turn this off for a second. Just like most smart plugs, when you do turn it on, it does make a little clicking sound, which you can hear here. You do have a timer, you have vacation mode, which is very cool. So if you go out of town, you can have the Wyze app to turn on the light automatically at random times to make it look like you're actually home. You can rename the device. You can turn off the status light. So for instance, if this is in a child's room, you might not want that light on. You have schedules and automations, which I'll get into in a second. You can share this out with other people, so if you want to give access to your wife or significant other, you can definitely do it here. Turn this off really quick. All right, let's quickly go into the schedules and automations. Now they have redesigned the app just a little bit. Before, you would click on shortcuts and you would have different things in there to do some automations, but it was a little bit confusing in my opinion. Not that bad. I mean, personally, I figured it out pretty quickly, but they refigured it just a little bit just to make it a little bit more clear of what you're doing. Here you can add a shortcut, so if you want to add one little icon to your main Wyze page, say for instance, if you want to turn off all lights at one time, you can definitely design a little shortcut to hit all off, and all your smart bulbs and smart plugs will turn off at one time if you program it correctly. Next, you have schedule. So for instance, if you want to make a cup of coffee in the morning, you can prep it the night before, set the schedule to turn on at 7 o'clock, and the coffee machine will turn on at that time and make you a cup of coffee, and you're good to go for the day. You can also do the device triggers, which I really like because I like using the Wyze sensors, both the motion detector and also the door sensor. So let's go ahead and quickly set one up and show you how this works. All right, you simply click on device trigger, add a trigger device, and you want to select whichever sensor you want to use. In my particular case, it is Eric's Garage. And I'm going to click when it opens, and then add the action, which is, this doesn't make sense in real life because it's not a real scenario, but it turns on the playroom lights. Hit done, and then you just want to set one up for reverse, so when it closes, it's going to turn off the lights. All right, let's go ahead and try this out. So if I take the sensor apart, lights turn on, I get a notification on my phone, and if I put it back together, lights turn off and I get another notification. Works perfectly every time. Alright, so like I mentioned, it does work with Lady A and also Google Home. No Siri just yet. So let's go ahead and go try that out. I'm not going to show you how to set that up. It's really easy. I've done it before. I've shown you guys before in the Wyze Sense video. If you want to see that video showing you how to set that up or how to sync it, check out the video right there, and all the instructions are in that video. Let's go ahead and do this. Alexa, turn on the...
What device?
Oh man, I'm having a brain freeze. Alexa, turn on the playroom. There we go. I gotta change that name. Let's turn this off. Okay, Google, turn off the playroom.
Sorry, I don't recognize that device. Please use your device name.
I did. You might have to go back in Google and resync it with Wyze. I've noticed that happen once or twice. I don't know if it's a Wyze issue or Google issue, but let's go ahead and do that. That's weird because it's right here. It just hasn't pulled in the new device. All right, we go into Wyze. Do I have to unlink it? All right, let's unlink it. All right, let's try this out again now. Okay, Google, turn off the playroom.
Sure, turning the playroom off.
Very cool. So it works. I did have to unlink my account and relink it for some reason. If I continue to have trouble, I will be updating my full pros and cons list on my website, so definitely check that out right up there. Another nice feature is Wyze does work with IFTTT. So if you have other brands that also work with IFTTT, you can incorporate them together to have them automate. So for instance, here I have a iDevice switch, which I'm going to program to turn on the plug from Wyze. Let's jump into the app and I'll show you how to do that really quick. Once you're in IFTTT, you want to create your own applet. Click this and then the service that you want to use. In my particular case is iDevices. If you have to log in again, go ahead and do that. And that's where you have options here when a product turns on. I only have two iDevices. One's the track light. And click on create trigger. And then you click that. You want to go into the second service. In my case, it is Wyze. Go ahead and log in if you have to. And the Wyze plugs are all the way down at the very bottom. So just go ahead and find what you want to turn on. And then you want to select the device. Mine is the Playroom. Create the trigger. And then once it's all done, hit finish. And we are good to go. All right, that should do it. Let's give this a shot. If I press this button, turn on the track lighting. And it also should turn on this playground light. All right. Track lighting just turned on, and just like that, playground light turned on too. Now, does this have all the bells and whistles? Definitely not. There are some smart home plugs out there that can give you energy readings and maybe a couple extra features. Not a lot that can really go into a smart plug. So the only added feature that I really wanted to see in the WyzePlug is the Homekit integration. Don't know if they're going to come out with that. I know it's been recommended to them a lot. I don't know if they're able to. I just don't know. I will be updating my full pros and cons list on my website. I will also be doing a comparison between the Wyze plugs and some other big name plugs out there on the market, just to compare these plugs to see if they stand up to some of the big names out there. If you guys want to see that video, that'd be right up there. I want to hear from you guys. What stage are you in with your smart home? Are you just starting out, just learning about this stuff? Are you just dabbling a little bit more? Or are you more advanced? Let me know down in the comments below. I appreciate all the love and support. Smash that like button. If you guys want to see more great, affordable Wyze products, I've put together a Wyze playlist right there, so definitely check that out. I hope you will consider subscribing, press that blue circle, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.